निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Friends and colleagues, Namaste. Good evening and welcome to Applying Lessons Learned from COVID-19 for a Stronger Health System, and for commemorating the launch of the GuptaKlinsky India Institute at Johns Hopkins. My name is Dr. Brian Wall, and I am a Delhi-based faculty member in the Department of International Health at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health.
I am Dr. Vidya Mavi. I am a Pune-based faculty member and the director of our Indo-Johns Hopkins research program in Pune. Today is a special occasion for many reasons. It's the first time in many years that we have seen many of you in the same room. We are incredibly grateful to be with our partners and colleagues today as we commemorate the launch of GuptaKlinsky India Institute at Johns Hopkins University.
It is also World Health Day, a day that marks the beginning of another institution built on the principles of collaboration, cooperation, and solidarity. That is the World Health Organization. We emerged from the last 2 years with a renewed recognition of the importance of health and well-being. The theme of this year's World Health Day is Our Planet, Our Health, with a focus on keeping humans and our planet healthy.
It is in this context of both local and global efforts to tackle COVID-19 in the last 2 years that we now, more than ever, need to focus on protecting and promoting health. In fact, ensuring health is by nature interdisciplinary and collaborative. We are thrilled that today such a diverse group of friends and colleagues and collaborators have joined us to address this incredibly important topic. However, before that, I would like to invite up to the podium Mr. Raj Gupta, co-chair of the Board of Advisors for the GuptaKlinsky India Institute, to provide some opening remarks.
Good afternoon, friends, and delighted to have a number of my close family here as well. And on behalf of Johns Hopkins GuptaKlinsky Institute and all my esteemed colleagues and friends here tonight, I would like to welcome you to the launch of GuptaKlinsky Institute in Delhi. In the next few minutes, I'll cover 3 topics. First, share with you some of my background, start of our foundation over the last 10 years, and why GuptaKlinsky India Institute. I grew up in a small towns in Uttar Pradesh like Bareilly, Etawah, Kanpur, and other places, and moved to Mumbai in the early 60s. It was my father's wish that I become a mechanical engineer, and I was very fortunate to get admitted to Indian Institute of Technology in Bombay. 5 years at IIT was an opportunity to interact with a very diverse group of classmates. As a young man from UP, I felt I was considered from a backward state, and I strove to adapt and learn to compete with the best of the best. It was then that I began to look outwards and grasp something that became the theme of my career and my life. That communities around the globe are interdependent, and need for both collaboration and partnership is necessary to thrive. In 1967, my degree in mechanical engineering opened pathway for me to study operations research at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. My parents insisted that I get married before I left India, and I had an arranged marriage. And my wife Kamala, partner for 54 years, is here, and that's when we departed in January of '68 for the United States. I was 22 years old and she was 19. After graduation, I joined Scott Paper Company. Many of you who lived in the United States or traveled know Scott Tissues and Scott Towels as an operations research analyst in June of 1969, and decided to pursue night school to study finance at Drexel University, where I graduated with an MBA in 1971. But Scott Paper had no presence in India, and the wish of my family was to return back to India. And with that theme in mind, I joined a local specialty materials company, Roman Haas. The one on trade name you might remember is plexiglass was discovered by Roman Haas and many, many other things, as a financial analyst in November of 1971, with an idea that they had two joint ventures with Modi family, one in Modinagar, another one in Mumbai, that this would be my ticket back to India. But as you know, luck plays in different ways. I was very fortunate to spend 40 years at Roman Haas in 13 different assignments, 19 different bosses, on 3 different continents, almost 20 years in the US, 10 years in Europe, and 5 years in Asia. And it really was an opportunity for me to adapt and learn to contribute. In 1998, I became CEO of Roman Haas, one of the very first Indian American CEOs of a Fortune 500 company. During my 10 years tenure as CEO of Roman Haas, the company was the second best performer in S&P 500 in terms of value creation. I retired in April 2009 when the company was sold to Dow Chemical for $20 billion cash at the bottom of the market. My time at Roman Haas deepened some of the lessons I had learned here in Mumbai and in India. Global interaction, partnership became essential to adapting lines and to deal with emerging challenges, as did identifying right talent, right focus, and leveraging others' expertise and keeping an eye on broader trends and opportunities for significant impact. When I retired, my wife Kamala and I decided that it was important for us to give back since we have been extremely fortunate. And that is when, in late 2009, we established Ujala Foundation. And of course, you all know the meaning of Ujala. The foundation has maintained 2 focus areas, education and healthcare, and equally divided both towards India, the country we were born, and contributed to our education and our culture, and also United States that adapted us, and made us successful. Along the way, over the years, we have contributed to a professorship at JohnsHopkins. We launched Governance Institute at Drexel University and scholarship for Indian students coming to Cornell to study biomedical engineering, as well as business at Drexel University, and some modest contribution to the civic activities both in India and in the United States. At the time we started the foundation, I was also fortunate in my retirement to join a private equity firm, New Mountain Capital, which was founded by Steve Klinsky in 1998. The reason I mention because Steve has never been to India, but his generosity has been just phenomenal, as you can see the launch of this institute. Steve Klinsky is a pioneer in private equity business, and I joined his firm, New Mountain Capital, in 2010. And among many projects that I was involved with was to buy an orphan asset called J.T. Baker from a big company and build it into a Fortune 500 company, Avantor today. What an adventure it has been. And it's a company that supplies, 2 of my colleagues from that operations are right here, Dev Ori and Sushil Mehta. But in addition to Steve's professional achievements, I have grown to appreciate his unique orientation towards the concept of making an impact. He possesses a singular talent for addressing massive challenges by assembling right players and carefully defining an achievable scope with exponentially greater output. Scalable, meaningful impact is what Steve and his wife Maureen Kamla and I see in GuptaKlinsky India Institute. A vision to address some of the world's greatest problems by developing solutions and innovating right here in my home country. As you know very well, that individuals of Indian origin work around the world in research, and number in India of their talent is growing rapidly as well. JohnsHopkins, as you will hear more, has been partnering with Indian institutions for nearly a century and already has contributed to discoveries and insights that have changed the world. From the earliest work on oral hydration therapy, which has saved millions of children in the developing countries, as well as dealing with primary care and healthcare systems globally. Our earnest hope is that this undertaking, the Johns Hopkins GuptaKlinsky Institute, will bring the best minds, the right minds, together to find ways to improve lives everywhere by thinking big, by focusing, and by scaling. Some of those minds are sitting right here in this room. I would ask you to dream with us. Do not restrain your ambition. Only with your help and your perspective can we maximize what we provide to others. You have partners at Johns Hopkins committed to India and looking for ways not only to collaborate, but also to learn. I hope you'll join us in this work. Thank you very much for this opportunity.